This is how narcissists try to control you when they can't handle your power. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We understand that it's terrifying and challenging to move on from a narcissistic partner, but we want you to know that you're not alone. Every single one of your needs will be attended to by us. For additional details on how to schedule a consultation with one of our licensed therapists, please read the description. Let's get back to the video. Have you ever encountered someone who seems to prioritize their own feelings and the approval of others above everything else? Someone who always seems to be on the defensive when it comes to criticism, and perhaps even resorts to dishonest behavior to protect their sense of self-worth. If so, it's possible that you've crossed paths with a narcissist. While not all individuals who exhibit narcissistic traits have a diagnosable mental disorder, these traits can range from moderate to severe and can significantly impact their daily functioning and interpersonal relationships. In fact, narcissists may even resort to extreme measures to maintain their sense of control and superiority over others. This can include gaslighting, manipulation, and even violence or threats. It's important to note that narcissism is not a one-size-fits-all diagnosis, and many individuals with these traits may also have other mental health issues. However, when these traits become severe enough to interfere with their daily lives and relationships, it may be worth seeking professional help. So, if you or someone you know is struggling with narcissistic tendencies, remember that there is hope and support available. With the right resources and guidance, it's possible to overcome these challenges and lead a fulfilling life. Not all individuals who display narcissistic traits pose a danger. Narcissism exists on a spectrum, and its expressions may differ from one person to another. Recognizing and dealing with narcissistic behaviors necessitates an awareness of warning signs. However, pathological narcissists exhibit these harmful traits distinctly. Their record of retaliatory conduct implies that exposure of their secrets could elicit feelings of threat. Consequently, comprehending a narcissist's motivations is impossible. If you have ever encountered a narcissist or been raised in a narcissistic household, you can probably predict their response if they perceive that they have lost control over you. Such conduct is typical of narcissists who seek excessive praise for their every action. Since they lack self-awareness, their perception of the world is flawed. In the absence of receiving the attention and validation they crave, narcissists may resort to shaming, intimidating, and bullying others, which may be unrealistic. Often, to mask their feelings of jealousy and inadequacy, individuals with these traits engage in risky activities. Those who are uncaring, neglectful, dismissive, critical, dishonest, or mocking often find themselves without support. Relationships with narcissists typically end poorly for all parties involved. When they lose control over someone, their responses are limited. Although it may seem like a good start when they apologize to you personally, their regret is not due to the harm they caused you. Instead, they are remorseful that they have lost a valuable source of supply. In essence, their apologies are insincere as they simply want things to return to how they were. They become extremely upset when they are abandoned and humiliated when their secrets are revealed. Alternatively, they may say something like, "It's not me, it's my anxiety," followed by an apology. They may also express confusion about how to overcome their issues, stating that medication has severely impacted their emotional regulation. Some of you may recognize this phrase, "I'm sorry I ever said that I could forgive you for the immense pain you caused me." Most narcissists, despite apologizing, quickly return to their harmful and unremorseful behavior, often within a few days or weeks. Breaking the damaging patterns of narcissists is challenging, and expert ones may swiftly change tactics and employ new variations of their typical antics. It's the same great taste in a more portable format. Instead of apologizing, they may even try to argue with you. It's easy to imagine a future where people gray rock you by responding to your questions with one word or adopting a no-contact policy, ignoring your messages completely. It's typical for them to express remorse and eternal love through texts or emails with messages like, "I don't know what I did to hurt you, but I'll always love you." Additionally, implied threats such as, "Everyone will know the truth about you," are almost always made. "I hope you realize how much I value our relationship." If someone sends you a message or begs you with tears in their eyes to give them another chance, do what you believe is best. but reflect on your history with that individual before making any hasty decisions. The phrase "I'm sorry" can only be said so many times before it loses its effectiveness. How many times was it said exactly? The final count was likely not that high. They may have apologized, but it doesn't mean that the cruelty stopped. As narcissists don't change, even after apologizing, I don't believe it's possible. As it has always been, the status quo should be anticipated. Narcissists seldom apologize when caught lying. They either refuse to acknowledge or are unable to recognize their flaws, mistakes, poor decisions, or other weaknesses. This is why they will never admit to being wrong or having a negative impact on someone. Instead, they might make unfounded accusations or create stories that misrepresent your true intentions and character. In a long-term relationship with a narcissist, one partner may become skilled at manipulating and gaslighting the other. When the narcissist appears to have more allies than you do, you may begin to question your own sanity. When cornered, covert narcissists can act humble and apologetic. In addition, they may contact people outside of the relationship to express their genuine concern for you. Narcissists want to be in control of their immediate environment, so if you're friends with one, they may send you messages about their new hobbies or express concern for your well-being. Once they have been accepted into a group, they will feel comfortable there. Sending cards, making phone calls, and hosting events are all ways to connect with people on a personal level. Narcissists are always striving to prove that, contrary to initial impressions, they are decent individuals who deserve respect. Additionally, there are likely other advantages for the narcissist. The target's loved ones are often asked to keep a lookout for them, referred to as flying monkeys in this context. Yes, the narcissist is watching your every action, so they can continue hurting you or get even with you. Narcissists abuse others for one main reason: they want to dominate them. This strategy is used by the narcissist to influence the reactions of those around them. Narcissism is destructive because it first attempts to destroy the victim's psyche and, if that fails, resorts to violence. By projecting their own anxieties onto others, narcissists also harm others. Narcissists frequently utilize emotional blackmail to convince their victims that their actions are somehow their responsibility. When someone close to them dies, some narcissists will try to gain sympathy by using their sorrow. I'd call that a cowardly move. They will resort to whatever means necessary to elicit pity for themselves in order to obtain their desired outcome. The victim will keep groveling, whining, or becoming angry until the narcissist accepts an apology. When I think of a figurative way to say this, the expression "they wet the bed and blamed the blanket" comes to mind. After that, they become petty and resort to personal assaults. You are always the one who is experiencing difficulties. This is when the narcissist can say something like, "In other words, you have no business attempting to second-guess my mental processes. If you've reached the conclusion that you can't take any more of what I do, then you only have yourself to blame." Remember that narcissists, like everyone else, find fault with everyone else. It's a sad truth that certain people naturally lean toward destructive or violent behavior, and in return, they may spread rumors about you that would damage your reputation. If it's to their advantage, they can withhold data, assets, or information, and they won't hesitate to resort to any means they believe would give them the upper hand once more, as a means of pointing the way for their intended meal. If they sense the foundations of their falsehoods, power, or terror weakening, they may try to build a trauma bond. Narcissists are notorious for rationalizing their abusive actions and making their victims believe things are back to normal. When a person has been emotionally abused by a narcissist, they may feel helpless and as if they need continual reassurance from their abuser. This dependence might be monetary or psychological. For instance, despite the downsides, having a child together improves the probability that the couple will spend significant time together. It's possible that the abused person has gotten too dependent on their abuser to ever break away. A physical cause, such as an illness, is also a possibility. The narcissist will try to create a trauma link by bringing up traumatic memories from both of your pasts if there isn't already one. If one were already there, reinforcements would be sent to prevent your escape or any significant resistance. All of these actions are typical of a narcissist who is losing control over his or her victim. There is, of course, a lot more to it than that. Use the comments section to share your opinion on the matter at hand. Please click the bell and subscribe to my channel if you liked this video and don't want to miss any of my future uploads. It's really important to me. Thanks.
So everyone, if you have ever had the experience of being with someone who seemed charming and caring at first, but then suddenly turned into a self-absorbed and demanding individual, then you might have encountered a narcissist. It's important to remember that dealing with a narcissist can be confusing and hurtful, but you are not alone in this. We are here to explore this together and uncover the motivations behind their chronic betrayal. So what exactly is a narcissist? Well, they have a set of traits that can be difficult to deal with: egotism, superiority, and possessiveness and demandingness are just a few of the many traits they possess. At first, their charm and interest may seem genuine, but in reality, it's just a tactic to get what they want from you. It can feel like you are constantly working to earn their approval, but the truth is, a narcissist doesn't care about you on a deep, meaningful level. So why would a narcissist even bother trying to get to know you in the first place? The answer is simple. They want to diminish your self-esteem. By making you feel inadequate, they are able to control you more effectively. Their goal is to make you feel so terrible that you lose hope of ever finding someone who will appreciate you for who you are. Narcissists also have an inherent need to be in control of every situation. They will stop at nothing until they have what they want from you. They will insist on having their way at all costs and will not stop until they have achieved their objectives. Additionally, a narcissistic person will try to exploit you for their personal advantage. They only care about you if they can gain something from you. They will use you for their own purpose until they achieve their objectives. Narcissists have a never-ending need to be admired. They constantly promote themselves because they enjoy the attention. They feel threatened when they see others making progress towards bettering themselves, so if you ignore them, they will make a greater effort to get your attention. And finally, narcissists will attempt to convince you that your life relies on them. They try to win your trust by making you believe that no one else gets you or cares about your issue. They manipulate you via feelings of guilt and the threat that no one will care about you again if you don't change. It's important to remember that narcissists are toxic people who thrive on causing harm to others. They want you to feel powerless and illogical because of their high demand. They also want to make you feel so stupid that you can't even open a door without damaging it. So, what can you do to protect yourself from a narcissist? The first step is to recognize the signs of their behavior. Once you know what to watch out for, you can start distancing yourself from them. Stay strong and stay safe. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who genuinely care about you and your well-being. So please leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts on today's video. Don't forget to give this video a like and share it with your friends. And as always, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bells so you never miss an update from us. See you in the next video and have a nice day.